I've always had a problem with spending. A new video game was released, I would buy it. A new pair of shoes, I would buy it too. A new piece of technology, same, I would buy it. I was spending in average $973 per month on stuff I didn't really need, and this meant I didn't have any money left to put aside or invest. So continuing like this, I would have never been able to get out of poverty. This is why I decided I had to change something in the way I was using my money. So I started searching for strategies on how to stop spending compulsively, but at the same time, I also wanted to keep enjoying my money, and after weeks reading every possible thing on the internet, I found it. I found a simple way to spend much less money while still enjoying it. And thanks to that, I've been able to reduce my monthly useless expenses from $973 to only $412, and I did it in just 1 month. So in this video, I will show you how I stopped spending compulsively and how you can easily do the same starting today. And I am sure that you will also be able to save hundreds of dollars per month thanks to that. But before being able to spend less, I had to do something else. Advancing without that would have been useless, because imagine you're lost in a forest. You will need a map to get out, right? You need to know where you're going and what is your starting point. And otherwise, I would have never been able to solve this compulsive spending issue. This is why my starting point was to understand my expenses. I needed to know how I was actually spending my money, how much I was wasting. So what I did was very simple. I took my bank statement from the 3 previous months and I categorized every single expense while asking myself, is it necessary or not? It can look long, but in just 1 hour it was done. And because of this exercise, I finally understood how much money I was wasting, and never I would have thought my expenses were so high. I was spending $973 per month on useless stuff. That's just crazy. I really needed to change something, but at least I had a clear view on my expenses, and so I knew how I should advance, what I should search. So my objective was to reduce my spending while still being able to enjoy my money, and with that in mind, the research started. 1 day, nothing. 1 week, nothing. 2 weeks, nothing. I wasn't finding anything that would have helped me. I tested some strategies, but they were all implying that I couldn't even take a cup of coffee out. That's not what I wanted at all. I would have rapidly stopped using these strategies because it would have blocked me from enjoying my money. This is because all of these rules and strategies are great in theory, and they will definitely let you set aside a huge amount of money. But is it really correct to just stop spending money in the present to have more in the future? I don't think so. I think everyone should be able to enjoy their money at any moment in their life. This is why after 2 weeks, I was ready to stop my researches and accept the fact that I would have just tried my best at not spending too much. But then it is at this moment that I found a strategy that made me thinking, what if I combine this strategy with another rule? Maybe like this it will work. And so I tested. I tried different combinations, and then I finally found the one that not only made me feel good about my spending, but also that made me spend more than $500 less in just 1 month. And I did that while still doing some shopping and going out with my friends. That's exactly what I was searching. And still now, basically 4 years after, I'm still following this new strategy. Not only it helped me to reduce my spendings and feel good about it, it also completely changed how much money I can save and invest. And this is definitely one of the aspects that made me over than $400,000 over the last 4 years. So let's now go to the juice. The first important part of this combination is a rule. It is rather common, and so you might have already heard about it. And its principle is very simple and easy to apply. And I still remember the first time I used it. I've always enjoyed Assassin's Creed, and the new one just got out. So I was on Amazon ready to buy it. But then I told myself, that's the moment to test the new rule. If I manage to make it work now, I will manage it for anything. So I didn't buy it on the spot. I took my phone and wrote down in my notes that I wanted to buy it. Closed my phone, closed Amazon, and waited. Yes, I didn't buy it and I waited. But I wasn't waiting for a discount or other. I was waiting for exactly 30 days to pass. And honestly, it was difficult to wait. I just wanted to play with it. But then, after some days, I started thinking about other things. Little by little, my desire for it was diminishing. And past these 30 days, I looked back at the note I wrote down and asked myself, do I really need it? Do I really want it? The answer at this point was immediate. I perfectly knew I didn't really need it at this moment. Yes, I would have loved to play, but it's better to invest this money. And this is what I did. And honestly, I didn't feel like I deprived myself of anything. I was actually feeling good with my choice because I understood it. And this is thanks to the 30 days rule, where basically you eliminate the impulse you feel when you see something you want by waiting 30 days. This time will calm your desire and you will still have the possibility to buy what you want. But at this moment you will do it with rational reasons rather than just impulse. And so to apply it, you just have to stop before buying something you really want. Write it down on your notes and tell yourself you will buy it 30 days after. Then past these 30 days, ask yourself if you really need it, and you will see that you will often realize you don't. However, I knew that over the long term I would have struggled following this rule all the time, because at some point I would surely find something I absolutely want and I would buy it immediately, and after buying it I would regret it because I spent too much on something I shouldn't have. But you know what? I wanted to buy it, so it's okay. It's okay sometimes to spend impulsively on something you love. And this is why the 30 days rule has to be completed by this other strategy. So not only it is possible to spend less, but thanks to it you will still also be able to buy the things you love without having to wait 30 days nor feeling bad about it. This strategy has been game-changing for me and I would advise it to everyone. And if you think the 30 days rule was simple, this is even simpler. That's also why the same day I didn't buy Assassin's Creed, I bought a new pair of shoes. It was a specific model I really wanted and they had a huge discount on them. And so going on with the month, I continued testing the 30 days rule together with this other strategy. And the results were impressive. I went from $973 to only $412. It's crazy. Like, I really wasn't expecting at all to reduce my expenses that rapidly. And this is just thanks to this strategy. That's what I call the guilt-free spending strategy. And it is very simple. You allocate a percentage of your income, ideally 15%, to spend as you want for your pleasure. It is your money, you earn it working hard every day, you deserve to spend it. Having this in mind makes a huge difference, because you know that it doesn't matter how you use it. It is your guilt-free spending money. You want to party? Go for it. You want a new smartwatch? Buy it. No one's there to judge you, and you shouldn't judge yourself either, because you have to feel good about how you use your money. So now, how do you actually implement the guilt-free spending strategy in your finances? Basically, you just have to use the 4-way budget strategy. And don't worry, it's not a difficult budget where you have to allocate every expense to 50 different categories. You just have 4 categories: fixed expenses, which should represent around 50 to 60% of your income, savings and investing, representing 15% each, and then our savior, guilt-free spending, representing 15% too. Probably these percentages have to be adapted to your own situation, but this is the ideal that you should aim for because it will help you improve your finances as a whole. It revolutionized my finances. I am now financially free, and I am sure it can do the same for you. So if you want to learn more in detail about this 4-way budget strategy and finally live your financial life without stress, you can watch this video. Thanks for watching and see you soon.